We're back. We're back home. We're back where it all started. No one's watching. Can I be done? Ay, ay, ay. Am I late again? Let's see who's complaining. Who's first? Winston Harvey. First. Barry commented first. Barry wins. Barry's the loser of the day. What is it? Saturday night? Oh, it's not night time over there though, in America. $53 people. What's the number today? What's the magic number? Jeremy Courts is on here. What's Jeremy Courts doing here? I'm not late. I'm here my time. Hey Bish. What's up, Jeremy? You missed me already. Jeremy was trying to say, so we have this thing with Jeremy that basically I always win, but we count points. So whoever beats who gets a point. And he was trying to get points for DNC, and I told him, hey, I was disqualified. That doesn't count. We can't. He's done. We don't count DNC because I didn't get to race. I had you covered. It was so easy. Anyway. So 76. Give me a number. Give me a number. I need a number for when I can start. Don't say 85. Simon Cox is a funny bugger, saying e-buggy. But I'm really strong after my USA trip. I'm gonna not hit the button. I'm not gonna end this. Dharmesh says 75 and we're at 95. I mean, come on. Let's say like 100 and oh, Supercross time. I wish I could watch Supercross. Give me a number. 100 and something. 114. I like that number. So you better start sharing this, or I'm not going to start. Actually, you know what? Before I start, let's make a plan. Let's make a plan together. What are we going to talk about today? I had some... where did the papers go? There we go. Okay, Facebook Live plan for today. Snowflakes. We're going to have to talk about some snowflakes. Basically, the pacification of RC. The snowflake, how do I say that? Snowflakes are taking over. You know, I'm back in Finland. We got real snowflakes here, outside. It sucks. They're all over the place. But in RC right now, got a serious snowflake issue. Not the natural kind. It's only 103. Why don't you share the video? Captain Club Race, you know, his boss. There are two people you can share with right now. Maybe Eddie Larrett now. He would be another one. Just, you know, get it going. You're still 6 people short. So, snowflakes, what else? Okay, USA trip, recap. What else do we need to talk about today? Okay, good. Share with all your snow. Oh, we made it, see? Thanks to Captain Club Race and his boss, we are at 114 on the dot. So we're gonna have to start. But I'm not done with my plan here. So we're gonna talk about snowflakes, USA trip recap. What else? Oh, we're gonna talk a bit about Euro trip. It's coming up. We're gonna talk about junior team. we're going to talk about something important. We're going to talk about be a champion, don't be a fanboy. How did I say that before? Don't be a fanboy, be a champion. Yeah, that's a good idea actually. I'm going to talk about that. I'm just making a bit of a plan here. Okay, what do you have other JQ threads? Okay, let's talk about JQ threads a bit. Truggy. Do we have to, okay, we're going to talk about Truggy. We're actually going to talk about Truggy. Can you believe that? Okay. Kato Wallander. Mitä Keijo? What else? So we have a long list of stuff already. I think we just need to start talking about stuff. Get this over with. Oh, you know what? Loop is a lie. Loop is lies. Loop is lies. I've kind of addressed that already. We could address some of those things on my Facebook Live. You know, maybe I can be more direct with what I want to say. I'm not drunk, but I'm very happy. I am very happy. I have waited for this moment and I wanted to share it with you. So, I've missed this drink. It's been 5 months, finally. So good. I just wanted to share this moment with you. Seriously. I haven't even had them all yet. The Olympics. Yeah. We can talk about the Olympics in the end if there's time. Okay. I don't need to. Don't need to write that. I just drew the rings. Okay, let's start with a quick recap of the USA trip. How about that? Gyro. Okay, we're going to mention gyros too. So I'm just going to, okay, add the DNC here. Let's talk about DNC and gyros and stuff. Okay. Okay. Date night. Fixing the real car. Okay. Okay. Arriving back home. I'm going to add that. Good ideas coming here. USA trip recap. So, where do we start? First, I flew to America. That's how I started. Then I went to the JBRL in Vegas. I did the Vegas race. Then I went back to California and immediately flew to Miami and then South America. I went to, this was November, early November. So I went to Bolivia, Peru, Argentina, Chile, and Colombia. And then North Carolina. So I went to all those countries. Then after that, I headed back to California and then I stayed there from basically early December until now. So December, January, February, 3 months. Just a bit over 3 months. And I would say that this was maybe the trip that I had the most fun on. I would say like my average day this time was really good. Now, even though it was the Olympics, I didn't have much luck in that. My Olympic games weren't too good, but even so, I was really happy with how everything turned out. Well, maybe not the DQ, but everything other than that. So this year we had more JQ drivers out there than in previous years. And I have a feeling that they're still going to be on JQ when I go back. See, before, we've kind of got some momentum going, then I leave and it kind of dies. Then I go back and have to build it up again. Now we've got something going where I feel like it's grown to the point where it's going to keep on going. So when I go back, we'll still have drivers there and we can build on that. So I'm happy about that. And the DNC was really the biggest, the last race I went to, the biggest race. Everything was building up to this point. I had 2 kids from Finland fly over about a week early. The real Mike Hill flew over also. Of course, Lefty was there. So we had a good group of people. We went to different tracks to practice before the race. Also, other JQ drivers came out to the practice sessions, and then we headed to DNC. So all this time, all this preparation, and then we get to DNC. We have a great pit spot. We have 4 tents out there. We have about 23, 25 people probably. And it was all good. Team shirts, good image, tents. And then I'm really going to have to blame Michael Atherton Sr. for this. One of the last days we went to practice at Santa Barbara. And he shows up and he said, "Hey JQ, look, I made these stickers." And you know where that's going. Give me stickers and all hell's going to break loose. So, hashtag JQ Takeover. So I'll tell you the story behind the idea for this. So, Ilias is a Greek guy. He used to work for me. He used to be a very good friend of mine. I wish we could still be friends, but he hates me now. I don't know if he hates me. I don't know. I honestly don't know. You should ask him. Well, anyway, we didn't get along because of business stuff. Like, he was my employee, I was his boss. It just didn't work. Like, friction, you know. It's my fault. So, he ended up leaving. He left the company, went to Techno. Now, when he did that, he kind of tried to sneakily steal all my customers. Team drivers, dealers, distributors. Luckily, he didn't succeed. So I'm still here. I made it. He didn't succeed in stealing them over to Techno. So they had a hashtag Techno Takeover. I haven't really done anything up to this point, but you know what? Then I decided, you know what? I'm going to steal their hashtag. They tried, like he tried stealing my drivers and customers. I'm going to steal their hashtag. So I started posting hashtag JQ Takeover. And then, so Michael made the stickers, hashtag JQ Takeover, and said, okay, why don't you just stick these everywhere at DNC? I'm going to blame you for this, Michael. It's your fault. So then I may have said, yeah, we're going to need a lot of these stickers. So he made more and actually came back and brought more stickers. So we had hundreds of these things. And then at DNC, I just started handing them out to everyone. And hey, it's not just JQ drivers did this. Actually, the funniest thing ever, to those of you who don't know. You know one guy who was sticking these stickers? You know who it was? Ben freaking Sterling. Ben Sterling. Sorry, Bish, I'm going to turn your radio off because you took me out and broke my truck. That Ben Sterling. The very guy whose radio I turned off later in the event. He had hashtag JQ Takeover stickers and he was sticking them on stuff. Yeah. How do you feel about that? So anyway. We were at the DNC and things were looking good. We were feeling good. I was pretty confident. My car was good. Team was looking good. Max was doing well. Everyone seemed to be happy and we had these stickers. So I started sticking them everywhere. Then we organized this contest like, hey, the person who can stick it in the best place and get a picture is going to win a prize. And things just got a bit out of hand because these stickers started appearing everywhere. So yeah, it's an alcoholic drink. What do you think? Cool grape, long drink, really good. So anyway, yeah, stickers started appearing everywhere and Joey didn't like that very much. Mainly because I put stickers on his backdrop and champagne bottles. So he complained about that. And he said, hey, JQ, don't do that, don't put stickers on there. And I was like, I don't remember what I said. I'm like, I don't really, you know. I was like, okay, whatever. I can't remember. Then next day or same day at night, I think same day, but in the night, I went back and I stuck another one on the back of the champagne bottles. He had exchanged them. So I put one on the back there and that was not a very good idea. Then I was like, I was gonna put one on the backdrop too, And then one of his guys saw me there and then, well, stopped me. So that didn't work out very well. Then the next day he came back and asked me, hey JQ, so after I told you not to put the stickers on my stuff, did you go and put stickers on my stuff? And then I told him, yes, I did that. Yes, that would be me. And no, I hadn't been drinking, Liam. I did this perfectly sober, maybe like one beer. So yes, I did do that. That's very bad, I understand. I didn't think the stickers were such a big deal. I thought it was a rather funny prank, but he got really mad, and pretty sure that's the main reason I got banned. Yes, I turned Ben's radio off, but who cares about Aussies, you know? It's just an Australian guy. Wouldn't move out of my way. Actually, I blame him for the crash, you know? He completely took me out. Anyway, that's my opinion of that now. Ben's my friend. We were standing next to each other, and I got by him in the truck race. See, this is the thing. Like, why? The guy even said, see, this is why you shouldn't race truck. This is why you shouldn't race truck. And someone else posted that truck brings out the worst in JQ. Silver State, I became mortal enemies with Captain Club Race because of truck. I got DQ'd because of truck. It's just, truck is not good. It's not good. But anyway, I did run truck, and I made these really good and cool braces for the rear arms. So on the associated, the arms are super flexible. Like, they like turn 180. So one day, me and Cavalieri were at Thunder Rally practicing, and he was running his truck, and I was calling him names because he was running his truck instead of bike. Like, we went to practice, and he spent the whole day practicing with his truck. I was asking him if he was feeling okay, if there was something wrong, like could I get him something, like everything cool? But he was running his truck. Could not believe it. Anyway, so at the end of the day, he still wasn't quite happy. We're looking at the car, and he was like, man, these rear arms, they're just too flexible. I felt them, I'm like, what is this? Recycled chewing gum? What's going on? Like, these are way too soft. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna need some braces for these. So now Associated have more important things to do than make braces for their truck. So I made some. I drew some up, and I had some made. So I gave, not to toot my own horn here, but I gave Cavalieri and Rivkin a pair of those things. Let me just check here the DNC results. Let's check. Let's go to DNC truck results. Who was first and second there? DNC 2018. Qualifying, no. DNC.liverc.com, is that it? Yes. Okay. Let's see. I'm curious to see how my arm braces did. Oh my god, LiveRC is so confusing. I just want the results. Oh, wow. Everything's on one sheet here. 40 plus. Expert buggy. Oh, Max Merck won expert buggy. That's cool. He runs a JQ. Where is this? Expert truck. Pro buggy. Oh, there we go. So, pro truck, first place. 70 laps. Brian Cavalieri. That's crazy. Maybe it was worth practicing. Second place, Spencer Rivkin. Okay, I convinced. That's it. It was the braces. Like TQ in third place, Ryan Mayfield. I think case closed. It's basically, if you want to win in truck or finish second, you need to get these braces that I made for the associated truck. It's pretty simple. So they basically bolt onto the underside of the arm. This one Canadian fellow was so impressed that I had to take them off my truck and sell them to him. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, what was I saying? Something about Ben Sterling and taking me out and how it was all his fault, and then I turned his radio off by mistake. was that it? Yeah, helping other brands as always. Well, okay, see, this is the thing. I did that because I'm running the associated truck. And I figured, maybe I can do well in truck. I'll make my truck real good. And I'll just, you know, test it out with them first. So they ran it in qualifying and did really well. And then I put them on. See? Test drivers. So after I put them on, I was actually pretty dull. I was in the C main because I didn't really qualify very well. I had the stock springs on. They told me I was an idiot. You can't run those. I don't know what shock oil I had, so I didn't change it because it felt pretty good. Diff oil was all wrong. So I basically rebuilt my truck a bit for the last qualifying, did decent. C main. Then I was doing really well. Like my lap times were good. And feeling was good, so I was confident. I'm thinking like, wow, I could easily make the B, and since I made the A at Silver State, I'm gonna make the A. That's what I was thinking as I was driving in the C main. I'm like, wow, this is good. Got the right springs. I had some Mugen springs on there. I can't remember the numbers. Got the braces on the arms. Things are going good. Got the bright orange body. I can see it well. Dakota Fend. Dakota who? Like, I just caught Dakota Fend, punked him a bit after the whoops, pushed him wide, and kept on going. I'm like, what? Who's driving this thing? Like, am I driving? I was like, yeah, I'm driving. This is crazy. That's how I was feeling. And Ben ruined the party. So after all that build-up, like, things are going so well, then just boom, crash, bang, alligator body. Body clip came out, body post broke. It was chaos. And, well, Ben just said, well, sorry, mate. Or whatever he said, something like blaming me. I got pretty mad. I'm like, you're blaming me? Like, I'm lapping you, for fuck's sake. So anyway, then I made a huge mistake. I made a big mistake. So I should have come in the pits, but I was somehow just so messed up in the head that I was like, they won't have anything ready anyway. So I just kept going like an idiot, and I lost so much time on the one lap. Like, after I broke, I should have come in. They could have taken a clip off the back and put it on the front, and I could have continued and maybe still bumped. Because I was clearly in a bump position. I had one fuel stop on Fend. So I would have easily bumped with no problems. And I could still have bumped even with a problem. But idiot, did the extra lap, lost a lot of time. And then when I came in, I was so mad. Ben was just standing there, and I just, boom, shut his radio off. Just exited the pits. I mean, really bad thing to do. I would not recommend it. Don't do that. Don't do that, kids. But I did, so what can I say? I did it. Can't go back in time. So, I apologize to Ben already. Everything's cool. I mean, he might hate me a bit, but it's okay. So anyway, that's what I did. I talked about it on the BBQ podcast. I talked about it on the Tone podcast also. Actually, the On the Tone interview was pretty good. If you want to know what's going on in my mind, like who I am as a person, what, you know, how crazy I really am, you should listen to the On the Tone podcast. So go on Facebook, go search On the Tone JQ, you'll find it. I know I sound very angry, and I listened to it myself just to hear like what I actually said and how I come across, and I sound very angry there for whatever reason. I wasn't angry. I just sound angry. Yeah. So anyway, that was that. So truck class is my downfall. I shouldn't care about it, but I did at that race because I was doing well. And anytime I do well, shit goes sideways. And this time it was in the shape and form of a Australian truck. Other than that, there was something about DNC. Oh, the gyro thing. Let's just cover the gyro thing. So Americans got butt hurt because Europeans were doing well. Basically, that's what happened. Europeans who we have not really heard of are doing very well. i.e. they must be using gyros. That's the whole thought process. That's the whole proof. That's basically it. No one was using gyros, and it was all bullshit. I heard it was testmen, and that's actually quite believable because I'm not going to say Thai. I'm going to say Gord. Testman, I don't know if he has divine powers or what, but he knows people are sourcing. He knows people are using gyros. Whenever someone beats Thai who shouldn't be beating Thai, it seems to be some sort of cheating. Gyro, maybe it's sourcing, maybe it's the J concepts tires. You know, I think we proved that at Neo. I think the pro concepts were not the solution. So yeah, maybe there's some confidence issues there, I don't know. But the gyro thing, I feel, was complete bullshit. Joao and Marco did a great job. And also, if you didn't notice, hot race tires. Nicola has obviously made some good tires because he had 3 drivers there and they all qualified straight to the main. And with better luck, Robert was TQing one round when his servo broke. So with better luck, he would probably have had 3 drivers in the top 5 after qualifying. Or maybe the last one would have been 6th. I don't know how they do that. But I mean, he would have had 3 drivers in the top, you know? That's amazing. That's pretty amazing, I would say. So, no gyros, they just did well. And as for some people saying, oh, but why did they then not do well in the main? That's because the main is completely different in America. It's at night. First of all, it's at night. We don't race at night in Europe. Then the track is different because it's night. So, it stays damp. It's a different style of track nighttime. Also, the driving is different. The intensity is higher. Everything seems faster because it's dark, but also the drivers are faster. Lap times tend to be the fastest in the main. The top guys turn it up a bit. So what happened to them was in the beginning they were driving up towards the front, and then Marco just performed another CTO like he likes to do. Unfortunately, he needs to learn that. A CTO is a Coelho takeout. You can watch many touring car videos where you can see this perfected art form. It's basically you're driving around the track and you completely what's the phrase I used? It was really good in that one blog I did. It's you completely disregard the fact that there is in fact a car in front of you. So you do the corner as fast as you possibly can without taking into account that there's actually someone there. So you just drive through them. That's a CTO. And so Marco did a CTO on Joao, and then they were both, at this point they were like 3rd and 4th or something like that, 2nd or 3rd. And then after that incident, they were like at the back of the pack. And when you're at the back of the pack at one of those races, it's not easy to catch up. Then you're racing other people, you lose your mind, you blow out a bit, you're done. And that's what happened. So that's why they were at the back. And I would say, yeah, Sandro, you're right. Like this CTO, the teammates, the friends, like it was a friendly fire CTO. CTO wasn't around when I wrote my famous takeout blog, but friendly fire was there. And this would be a friendly fire CTO, I would say. So it's not really, people think like, is it intentional or not? When you're racing someone else, you can take them out unintentionally, and it can still be 100% your fault because you are an idiot. Not necessarily you are an idiot as a person, but you drive like an idiot, right? So if you repeatedly end up in these CTO situations, you take someone out all the time. Like Max used to be like this. Max Mott, he used to be Mr. CTO. And Team Finland, we had to educate him about racing. We had to explain that we know you're fast. We know you can do this section this fast. But when there's a car in front of you, you can't do that. Because you don't know what the other guy's going to do. So you have to go slower than your maximum pace in order to anticipate what the car in front is going to do. Otherwise, it's going to end in CTO. And you're going to be like, well, I didn't do that intentionally. Well, no shit, but you're going as fast as you can. You can't do that. Right? Another good one is, you're jumping, right? You're doing a jump and then you're going to turn right. So someone goes inside of you before the jump, right? Then you do the jump and you cut across to the inside. That's ridiculous. Someone just made a nice move on you on the inside before the jump. You have to realize that, oh shit, this guy got me on the inside. Don't cut across. Don't jump to the inside. Just jump straight. Right? I hate CTOs. Sometimes I perform them, but I try and do that really as rarely as I can. Rubbing is racing, but CTOs, they don't even belong in touring car. Would that be a Richard Saxton? No, a Richard Saxton is like a more refined CTO. A Richard Saxton is like a, how can I say? It's like a more delicate, like a ballet style CTO, when a CTO is more like UFC, you know? So a CTO is just unacceptable. And Richard Saxton is like a calculated takeout where it's just an art form. It's just a thing of beauty when perfected, because it really pisses off the other guy. Like they're just like gonna make a good move on you, and you tap them as they get on the gas and they spin out or hit a pipe or something, and you just keep on going, and it really pisses off the other guy. So for Richard Saxton, it's more like a situation where most of the best Richard Saxtons are actually when someone is trying to pass you. You can Richard Saxton someone also when you're behind them and you catch them and you do something, but yeah, it's more of an art form compared to CTO, which is just it's not art. It's, I don't know what to call it. Someone think of something good. If Richard Saxtoning is an art form, then CTO is, I don't know. Dharmesh, CTO calculated takeout. No, that's a really bad. That's a what's that? CTO is an acronym. Is that how it works? So, but calculated takeout, that's a really bad one. It doesn't work in this situation. Coelho takeout, still on the floor dying. Chris Robertson. Banzai move. Yes, it's like a kamikaze. Okay, straight savage. Okay, let's move on. DNC, gyros. Max, let's talk about Max. No, let's leave that. Let's leave that to another segment of this Facebook Live. Let's talk about USA trip as a whole. I kind of mentioned this was the most fun trip I've had, and hopefully the most successful, because we have a good amount of people all over the country now running JQs, and the biggest complaint right now is that we don't have stock. And the reason is that before I ordered, let's say like 5 or 10 of something, and it was okay, and then I ordered more and some parts were out of stock, everything was okay. Now I started ordering more. I'm like 30 of this and 20 of that, and it was out. And now recently I ordered like 50 of that, 30 of this, like triple the amounts that I used to. And still we sold out of the crazy stuff like bumpers and shock shafts, hinge pins, arms, like air filters, like the stuff that the consumables. I look and we've got 12 of those. We're still good. Like new order will make it. Next day, someone's like, hey, you're out of this. I'm like, no, we're not. I just checked. I go check, sold out. So it's a good problem to have. Like, we just need to increase our stock levels in America because sales are growing. So that's good. But listen, all of you people who are complaining, remember, we sell at A-Main, first of all, but also Beach RC. Beach RC is on the East Coast. They have a web shop. They ship everywhere. You can also check Bellgate. Bellgate used to sell JQ. They still have JQ parts. You can ask on the JQ Racing USA Facebook page because there are some regional teams that stock parts. For example, Mike and Trent Walker, they have parts. There are other drivers too who have parts. So you just ask. Just ask on the Facebook page, and someone's going to help you. Keith Henry is in NorCal. He has parts, and he's working on a web shop. I'm not sure if it's up yet, actually. So there are parts. You just have to open your mouth. Don't just go to JQ page and, oh, it's out of stock. This sucks. Like, I can't get parts. Yes, you can. Just look, check BHRC, ask the Walkers, check Bellgate, check Keith Henry's Facebook. You know, there are parts if you want them. So anyway, Americans were done. I got DQ'd for good reason, I'd say. I mean, turning off someone's radio, that's worthy of a DQ. I'm pretty sure they wanted to DQ me already after all the stickers, but the radio, that was the last straw. You're out, JQ. So that was that. I was disqualified from DNC. Had to return back to Finland, tail between my legs. What happens? I get back home, I get in my van, I'm like, I have to go to the office. It's cold, it's snowy, terrible. Start the van up, start going, my left rear wheel's not turning. I knew it, I knew it. So my mom, who had parked my car, had put the handbrake on. And anyone who knows, anyone who has left a car for a while knows not to leave the handbrake on, especially in the wintertime in Finland. Like, just don't do that. 5 months, the handbrake had been on. So the handbrake didn't release. So I had to get that wheel off, had to figure out what to do, had to smash everything with a hammer, WD-40 this, that, get that handbrake thingamajig on the back there from the, why I don't know the right terms, you know, get it to move again, get it up, get the handbrake off. Finally, what do? Get in the car, I drive, okay, it works. Stop, put the handbrake on. I'm like, oh, fuck. Just out of automatic, just put it on, back on. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Have to bang it back off. This time, don't need to take the wheel off because it actually moves easier this time. And I'm on my way. By the way, it's snow here. I have summer tires on because I'm driving to Spain. So it's a bit slippery. I'll tell you that. So arriving home, that was interesting. I mean, I'm not sure if my family noticed that I was missing for 5 months. Not 100% positive about that. But I was there at least, you know. They acknowledged my existence. I saw my new nephew. He was just, you know, being a baby. Does the Euro van have oil? I guess can. It means van. Yeah. Oh, my sister noticed I'm here. That's cool. How nice. What else? Okay, let's move on. Euro trip. So I'm actually suffering here in the Finnish cold for just a week, because then I'm heading down to Southern Europe. I'm going to Spain. You're moving to Spain to design Truggy. Yes, I'm going to move down to Spain, spend some time with David Ronefalk and work on a JQ Truggy. Of course not. Not a Truggy. I'll be driving through Denmark. I'm going to stop in Denmark. Any Danish JQ drivers on here? I'm going to be there. So mark probably next weekend in your calendar. I don't know exactly when I'll be there, to be honest. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. I'm going to stop in Barcelona. Whoever that guy was who messaged me ages ago about Barcelona stopping there, message me, because I can't remember who you are and I get so many messages, it's just lost. I was supposed to stop at this track where Franco famously called the police on me and tried to get me arrested. That same track, the guy that runs it wants me to go there and have like a track day or something. So just message me so we can organize that. Then on the way down also I'll stop at MXGP of Spain. That's in 2 weeks, so that's going to be fun. And then I'll head to the Neo race. Then after the Neo race, I'm going to do the Portuguese Nationals. Because, you know, the Portuguese are actually cool. They're going to let me do their Nationals. So I'm going to do the Portuguese Nats. Then after that, I'll head back to Spain. I'll practice for a bit with David. Hopefully I can do the Spanish Nationals. That would be cool. Let's see if Franco lets me. I'm not sure. Another week, I think, in Spain, and then I start heading back. And I'm going to head back via Germany. I'm going to do the Rhine-Main warm-up in Frankfurt. I'm probably going to do the 10 scale warm-up in Reims. Because, almost on the way. Not quite, but, you know, 1,000 kilometers this way or that way. Never killed anyone. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to head back again to Finland, I believe. So it's going to be, how many weeks is that? I don't even know. 6 weeks, I guess. Maybe more. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. More like 8 weeks. 2 months of my life. I'm going to be traveling around Europe. So this is your chance. If you want a JQ roadshow somewhere, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, like if the JQ van needs to show up somewhere, then let me know, because I'll be in Europe. I'll be traveling around. Can see your JQ Threads rider. Yes, I can see. Arminas Jasikonis. I don't even know how to say his name. I guess like that. He's from Lithuania. Probably pronounce it like we would in Finland. So, this guy. I've never even met this guy. But he likes JQ Threads. He likes our idea. He likes what we're about. And he decided to support JQ Threads. I don't know if you saw, he has the logo on the helmet, and on top, on the sides. He's been posting some stuff on Instagram, so I'll get to meet him now when I go down to the Spanish GP. So that's cool. He's the youngest rider in MXGP because he didn't do the 250s because he's too tall. He's as tall as me. And so he just went straight into the 450s. And I think it's really cool that he decided to support JQ Threads. I said, look, we have no money. We're just starting this brand. We are like sending some kids to school and putting a roof on this school. That's where our money's going. So can't really pay you anything, but if you want to support the brand, sure, let's do it. We could maybe figure out some ways where we can pay you a commission, and then later on, as the brand grows, well, we're not going to forget who was our first rider. So that's the deal we have, and I'm super happy to go down, watch the Spanish GP and meet him. So it's going to be fun. Yeah. Okay, let's get to some serious business now. We still have 150 people, so now I'm gonna share some knowledge. Let's get serious. Mark this time down. What time is this in the Facebook Live? Now it gets serious. So all you people who are here, now it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna learn something. I'm gonna share some knowledge. I know it's crazy to think I know something, but I do. Come to our track in Skien, Norway, and bring a huge snowblower. That would be a negative. There is no way in hell I'm going to Norway. That is worse than here. Look, it's Dominic. What was your name again, Dominic? Gay Pin? Dominic the Gay Pin. Okay, junior team. Time to get serious. Max Mert. Let's talk about Max. So, this is a problem that I've noticed in the world right now, in the RC world. There are a lot of good drivers, a lot of good, 44 minutes, a lot of good young drivers. But I have enough experience where I can look at some people already now, and I know that they're never going to be good. They're never going to be great. They're never going to be a champion. Not going to happen. I can look at others and I can see like they're going to be champions. No matter what, it's going to happen. I can look at others and say that, okay, if some things change, he maybe can be a champion. And that's just because I have gone through it. I have seen so many drivers. I've seen so many situations. I kind of understand how it works and how it plays out. And the main reason is really not talent or skill. Like the very talented guys, you can just see like, okay, Ongaro is just gonna be really good. Like, it doesn't even matter how you try and mess that up. Like, he's that good. Elliott Boots back in the day, he's that good. Like, he's going to be something. But then there are those drivers like Max, for example. He's not that talented. He's not that super talent. He's driven as long as Ongaro, probably, but he's not, you know, top 5 at the Worlds or winning Neos. He's more like probably what I would have been if I had raced from that age. I started very late. I was 16. So if we look at Max, he just went to America, to the biggest, most prestigious race, and raced expert buggy, which is still a legit class. The drivers who raced in expert buggy, some of them race pro class normally at other races and still make mains. So he TQ'd and won Nitro Buggy. I thought that was a great result for him, exactly what he needed. A bit of a motivation boost, like, wow, that was crazy. I went to the other side of the world. I raced in an unfamiliar environment on an unfamiliar track and won. So that's really good. And I think he can go a lot further. And I think I can help him too to go a lot further. But really it's thanks to him and how he is. And the thing is that he has 2 qualities which are very good. He's intelligent and he listens. Okay? But those go hand in hand. He listens to advice, yes, but he's not a fanboy. He's not a fanboy, and I've talked about this before. Don't be a fanboy, be a champion. There is a difference. A fanboy will be a fanboy like, oh, I'm going to run Ryan Cavallari's setup. So Max would be, oh, I'm going to run JQ's setup because JQ knows, like, I'm just going to run JQ's setup. No, he used to be very different. He used to always run his own shit. Then he figured out that, hey, JQ kind of knows what he's doing. So I'm going to run JQ's setup. But I said he was intelligent. That means he's also self-aware. He knows what he likes. He knows what his limits are as a driver. He understands how he wants his car to work. So yes, he does run a lot of my setup, but when he needs to make changes that are not the same as what I would do because he drives differently or he wants something different from the car, he will do that. So he will listen to my advice. He will listen to all the tips I have or setup advice or suggestions for what he should do, but he will make up his own mind. And he will either do what I say or he will do what he thinks is best for him. And that's a good quality to have. So you listen, you're intelligent, you're self-aware, and you make up your own mind. That's how you learn. You keep doing that. You keep learning. You keep improving. And then one day you can be a champion. That's how it works, folks. Some people, they don't listen at all. They're like, I know best, and that you can just, I already know, like, hey, what you're doing is wrong, and that's not going to work. But they don't listen, they just do it, and then they suck. Other people are like, they only listen, they're fanboys, they do everything you say, but they don't think for themselves, they don't figure things out for themselves, and then they don't really improve, they don't make the most of it, they don't reach their full potential because they aren't using their own head, just following someone else. Followers don't want to do that either. So let's repeat. Let's draw this up into a nice conclusion. As I've said on another Facebook Live, I want to identify young racers who want to do well, who want to become champions one day. And I want to find a small group of drivers like this and truly help them achieve that, because I believe I can. I believe that the car is good enough. The Black Edition is good enough for that now. I have enough knowledge and I'm old enough to where I can help a young kid like that. I have enough experience to do that. Yes, I don't have the credibility in maybe everyone's eyes because the JQ car isn't a world champion or European champion. That's only because I don't have the drivers. That's going to change very soon. Next year, we're going to hire a top driver in the world. If we can't get a very, very top driver, then we're not going to pay anyone. Either we pay the best or we don't pay anyone. That's what we're doing. So hopefully after the Worlds we can pay someone, one of the best drivers in the world, and he's going to prove to all you people how good the car actually is. But I hope that the people I find, just like Max, someone who can be a champion one day, would join JQ before that time. I want the real people who maybe have watched Facebook Lives and think, you know what, I think I can do this, and I think JQ can help me get there. I'm going to join JQ now. I would much more appreciate people like that than people who join after we're world champions or European champions or in the hunt or we have credibility because we sign a world champion. People who come, then there'll be a lot of fanboys coming. I don't want the fanboys. I want the champions. The champions can watch this, they can read the blog, they can watch other Facebook Lives, they can read all the guides, they can watch cars on the track, they can try the car for themselves, they can make up their mind and they can see who truly cares about RC racing right now. Of all the RC brands out there, who is going to care about me? Who is going to want me to succeed? Who's truly passionate about RC racing? Who's truly passionate about making the best car? Who's passionate about helping me, a little kid from wherever? Who's that? The champions are going to see that. And that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm looking for. We need some of those guys. Like, I think it could be maybe 3 guys worldwide. Maybe 3 to 5. That's it. It can't be more, really. We have one. We have Max. Now we need the others. You need to be serious about this. Okei, on vähemmän lonkeroa. Eihän mä ois juonut tätä ekaa vielä. Okay? You get that? So, listen, but be self-aware and make your own choices. Learn along the way, step by step. You have to know how good you are. If you don't know yourself, ask someone. Don't ask your mom. She'll be too polite. Ask someone who'll give you the truth. Might be a hard truth, but it will be good for you. Okay, there. That was the most valuable part of this Facebook Live. So we're looking for young drivers who want to be champions. And I guarantee we can help you. Even if you stick with us just for a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever. You're going to be much further along than if you just fanboyed on whatever the top favorite brand is. They have too many drivers. They don't give a shit about you. Let's be honest. Free candy. Free candy. Can get a Threads hat. I mean, we're working on the Threads hats, actually. So, I'm 25. Yeah, 25 is still good. Unless you have kids and responsibilities. All right, let's talk a bit about... We talked about the trugger. We talked about the braces. We kind of did that. My mental age is about 10, so we good? Fat Jesus wants to be on the junior team. At 33, if you have no significant results, then it is... I don't like the word impossible, but it is... I'm basically going to tell you it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because of life. I mean, depends on how long you've raced and how much effort you've put into it. But by the time you're 33, if you've raced for any significant amount of time, you should be very close. If you're not, then it's just not going to happen. All the team driver shirts have shipped already. Yours has shipped too. You should have the tracking already, I think. 10 scale, I'm not making a 10 scale now. I'm focusing on 8 scale. Everyone wants something free. Buy a hat. Exactly. JQ Threads. You know what? We're trying to do something good with JQ Threads. So what I want to do is I want to take 2 different things. 2 separate things. Which I feel don't coexist right now. It's a cool brand. I want to take a cool brand like motocross, skateboarding, music, punk rock music, like all the stuff I love. I want to take that. I want to make a brand that's cool, just like DC shoes or Vans or these kind of brands, you know what I mean. I want to make it quality product. Like, there are some brands which pretend to be quality, like Diamond Supply or these like Supreme, like, but they aren't really. Like Superdry is actually, Superdry, if you've heard about that brand, that is actually quality and detailed clothing. That's kind of the kind of clothing I want to do. But I want to do that in this motocross space, okay? That's the brand I want to build. But at the same time, I want to take another thing, which is completely different. It's doing good, sending kids to school, putting a roof on a school in Mozambique because it flew off in a storm, making that same school free for the kids. 560 kids go to that school, but it's in a poor area. Some of the families in the village, they have no money, but they have to buy the uniforms and the stationery for the kids to go. We want to work to where it's completely free for them to send the kids to school. How cool would that be? JQ Threads sends 560 kids to school for free in Mozambique. It's good. Identify kids who have goals, you know, provide opportunities, you know, create nice stories, you know, giving them opportunities that maybe they otherwise wouldn't have. Every piece of clothing comes with a wristband. Kids make them over there. So we order 100 wristbands every month. So I have been already, but I haven't sold any clothing. But the idea is that once things start rolling, yes, we're going to start giving out the wristbands and telling the story of the kids with every purchase. So we're trying to do two things. We're trying to be that cool brand that kids like. You know, this is a cool brand right now. Look at that logo, it's nice. Look at this guy, he just won this Supercross race and he promotes this clothing brand. But then at the same time, we're doing some good things, which are like hippie, vegan, lame, like, oh, we don't care about that. So we want to take those things and combine them into one brand. We want to make it cool to care, you know? I think that would be really nice. So that's what we're trying to do with JQ Threads. So no, we're not going to give you free hats and shirts and bullshit. You're going to have to pay for that because it costs money to do good things. That's it. And it's a for-profit company. We want to make money doing good. Why should it only be possible to make money if you just fuck people over and destroy the world?